The jumpers are very important to people in recovery.
I'll try and be clear. I've just recently started getting my voice back after losing it for about 5 weeks. So yeah, if I cough a lot, it's because of that. This is really nerve-wracking. It's a lot more than I thought it would be. But it's a question time. Does anyone go watch that? No, neither do I. So me, I'm John, and it's so yeah, going right back to the start. Normal childhood, a lad, loved my football, a great childhood. And I think it was when I was in my mid-teens when the parents split up. It was quite volatile at home, seeing a lot, like you mentioned there, because as well, seeing a lot at home that was happening, the violence there. Didn't realise it had such an effect on me at the time, but looking back now, it blatantly did. Started going out a lot. I was playing decent level of football as well, but I was just going out with my mates, started taking weed, started smoking or draw as it was late night. They went on to pills, speed, things like that, trying to sell in a bit of that. Before I knew it, football career pretty much ended. I was at college, I got kicked out of there because I was just never attending, and when I was just an absolute nightmare. So yeah, it kicked me out there. And fell into the wrong crowd. Well, I was with that crowd for a few. I think all of us as a group sort of moved on to having a bit of a smoke, and then it progressed. And then I always remember in January 1998, my mate said to me, he goes, "Are you coming around later? I tried something called brown." Never knew what it was. If he would have said heroin, it might have been different, but I just didn't know what it was. I thought, oh yeah, tried a bit, and jeez. That's 14 years of being in addiction, but it just gritted straight away. And that was in '98, and I remember the first time I rattled a couple of weeks or months later. I thought, well, I don't want to ever do that again. So me being me thought I'll just use the rest of my life, then, so I'm not doing that again. I always still was the lucky one in terms of that I only ever smoked it. It's still bad enough, but I never injected it, so I only ever smoked it. But yeah, virtually every day till I stopped using it, I was taking. I was never one on going out in a big crowd as well. I just preferred to get my stuff with very few select group of mates, get my stuff, go back to wherever I was at the time, use it then, and just happy doing that. I was just kind of like coasting through life doing that. I think I'd come to the conclusion that that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I remember one time, me and my mates had discussed about giving up, and these was about 6 of us, and all of them said, out of all of us, John will be the one who won't give up. I kind of went, yeah, you're probably right. I can't see myself ever getting off, but I don't mind, because that hit was just. But it was the withdrawal which really worried me, and really. So I could be hanging your withdrawals, put £20 in my hand and say, right, in an hour's time, you can go and get some gear. Half the withdrawal goes straight away. So very much a mind thing with me to her, very much. First time I got arrested in '99, went down to Full Street Police Station. He was a custody sergeant, my uncle. That went down well. Just gave me the evil look and threw this leaflet at me saying, "Do you want to get off drugs?" And I just went, seriously? And then, no, I don't. That's what I mean. I was just coasting, accepting the fact that I was just not going to get off it. Went to different services. I was at Action, sort of Beckett Street in Derby for a while. Then went to Phoenix Futures on a drug referral order. Again, had key workers who were just, I think they accepted that, because I was never using a massive amount, I was just using a bit to function. I was working most of the time during my addiction, I was working. And as long as I had that bit in the morning to be able to make me go to work and work, I didn't mind. I think the key workers kind of thought that as well, he seems happy doing this. It wasn't until, so I went on to methadone in 2006, and at the time, I was like, oh, I can't combine them both now. Still using, still taking methadone. Had this massive fear of withdrawal and everything. Fast forward to Thursday, 2nd December, 4:30 in the afternoon, 2010. I was at my mate's house, and at the time there was a massive drought going around the UK of heroin, due to, I think it was the war in Afghanistan, and so there was hardly anything around the streets, and I picked up, the day before, went to go and pick up, thinking, oh, this might be a bit better stuff. Took a bit, still the same, so just put it under my bed, left it to one side. Then the next day I went the whole day without using. So I was also using my methadone, but not, and that was massive. I thought, Jesus, I've gone a whole day without using. I don't think I've ever done that. And then it turned to 2 days, then it went to 5, a week, 2 weeks, a month. I still used the methadone, but the gear still there under my bed. It was at the time still there under my bed, but I just didn't touch it. And the realisation that, geez, I've to overcome that massive barrier in my mind, thinking I had to use. I didn't think methadone would do it. I did not think I'd do it. I think I had to use. Whether it was just going into town on the bus, I had to take something before an appointment. I had to take something to sort of stabilise myself. And I realised that, I don't need the gear. So then it was the problem of then trying to get the methadone, and so the panic of getting on control of that. And that's where Phoenix Futures really came into my own. So my key workers there they're brilliant. They reduced me very slowly, which worked perfectly for me. Where I got to 1 mil a day for a week. And when I got to the end of that, he goes, right, you're done about that. I'm going to 0.5. I'm not going to that. I've got to go to Houston. Honestly, John, as much as we love it, we don't want to see you anymore. You can't. So then I was just panicking about all the withdrawals and all that. And it turns out I didn't have any, none at all. So that was the addiction. Finished the using with the opiates and everything. Then was partly the other side, they're working on me then. Now, I've always said this with Jericho. I never knew a Jericho at the time. As good a job as Phoenix Futures did, New Futures, where I was in the aftercare. It wasn't until I think it was 2013 when I first heard about Jericho and had some involvement with the people at Jericho, with the Dodd County Community Trust Active Choices, and the bond that they have and how they have each other's back, and the afterwork they do is what I didn't have, and I always think I wish I had that. I'm lucky to be in a position, don't get me wrong, but there's still work I'd like to do myself, which I never had then. And to see all you guys, how you get on with each other, and that bond you have with each other is just amazing. And I'm lucky enough to be a part of that through the work I've done, through playing for Alveston United, football team. Love it, it's amazing. But so in 2012, Adam is just over there from, he was working at Active Choices, and another guy who was working at the time, came to where I was in the aftercare, New Futures, on opposite here, St. Peter Street. They said about this program called Active Choices at Dodd County Community Trust. And I thought, well, it's football, it's sport, it's gym, that's right up my street. Went along. I think I was one of the first participants actually, wasn't I, in the program, yeah. And yeah, I stayed on for quite a while as well. But yeah, I embraced it. I went from participant to then sort of like a mentor to a volunteer. Then a volunteer to casual member of staff across the community trust and other fitness programs. Then from casual to a part-time. And then from part-time in January 2021, I became full-time. So I've done that whole circle, working in kind of an environment, football environment, sport environment, fitness environment, of what I love. On which I had missed out on for 14, 13 years, from that January 98 when I didn't kick a ball until then again, 2011, 2012, just for Alveston. So it's looking at it and seeing the progress I've made, amazing. But then seeing then what I kind of missed out on in what Jericho have got, it's that one, and as I say, I've seen it firsthand. A lot of the guys in here I've met before as well, through football or through events, and the bond you have, you can't, you help each other as well. So if someone's down, there's someone else there to pick them up. I've gone to a few meetings before, I've always felt a bit of a fraud, but when I was going through a bit of a tough time in 2019, I think, In 2019, a mate of mine took me to one of the meetings, and I said there and then, I thought, oh, I feel a bit of fraud because I've been clean for 10 years, or 9 years, and I'm in a room with people who are just starting their journey. He said, no, it's there for you. It's a journey, it's a long journey you've got, and anything that betters yourself, do it. So I did. I loved it as well, got so much from it. To the present day, still working at Community Trust. Got a 7-year-old lad. He's a little swine at times, but he's, yeah, I mean, I never thought 10 years ago that this is where I'd be, having my own family, going abroad on holidays. I've just come back from Portugal as well, so I never thought I thought I'd be going Maplethorpe for the rest of my life, which is nothing wrong with that. Maplethorpe's brilliant, but it can get a bit boring. There's other places to go to, and it's just given me a whole new life basically. I'm still me. I'm learning myself. I'm learning more about myself. I say that to my nearest and dearest every single day. Don't get frustrated. Still learning in those learning tools, but. Yeah, I'm just grateful that, like you guys, one of the lucky ones. That's it.
So, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.
Wait, let's see if we've got a bit of exodus. Nice one, John. Really nice to hear that, you know, it's, I suppose we very much, you know, see recovery a certain way, as has been talked about this morning. It's nice to hear somebody's journey that's been different.
Yeah, my journey worked for me, but it's, as I say, if I knew of Jericho back then, I've been straight there.
Yeah.
I've been straight into the lights on my street. But as I say, it's not my journey worked for me, but it's given me, it's done different, worked with different tools and different things, which perhaps, well, I wouldn't have if I was Jericho.
And I smile, you know, you started off with football and kind of finished with football.
Yeah.
It's nice, and what you've missed out on in your life,
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
you end up getting it back and doing it with a passion and what your life is, and a way of giving back and helping people.
Yeah.
So, beautiful,
Thank you.
mate.
Thank you.
Nice one.